All right, let's try this. Kicked out. They kicked me out again at Kimball Shop. Outlaws. CTA mismanagement is scared to death. They're so scared. They keep breaking the law year after year. It is an unfair labor practice to kick the union rep out of the work location, especially when he is an employee. As authorized by the local 308 president, released from work in service to the membership of local 308, I was in the break room. I was in a non-working area. They can't say I was soliciting. It's a break room. They can't say I'm not an employee. I'm an employee. Not only am I an employee, but I am released, according to the collective bargaining agreement, from my duties at the Chicago Transit Authority to do what? To inform the membership so that they may be in line with the collective bargaining agreement. And how can you help the membership be in line with the collective bargaining agreement? You must be present. These people are outlaws. So they kicked me out again. Keep in mind, I have four unfair labor practice charge court dates with these same people. And I've had court with them last year. It's the same people, the same troublemakers. People say, what are you causing trouble for? You're causing trouble? How am I causing trouble when there's troublemakers causing trouble and I am there holding them accountable? How am I the one that's the troublemaker? Tell me. I'm not the troublemaker. They are the troublemakers and they're being exposed. The Kimball Shop mismanagement is destroying the Chicago Transit Authority. We are talking about mismanagers, excuse me, because they are not managed. If they were managing, things would be manageable, but they're not. Kimball Shop is the worst shop in the entire rail system at the Chicago Transit Authority. It's got the lowest morale, the worst quality control scores. The whole so-called west section has injuries up the wazoo. Even at Midway Shop, we keep telling them about our A track and all the slipping hazards and the biochemical waste. They don't want to hear about it. Yet, here people getting hurt. Kimball Shop. This is the same shop. These mismanagers that kicked me out are the same ones who suspended a man whose job it is to inspect the brake system, suspended him for putting defects on the record in his inspection, preventative maintenance inspection report, that the brakes were defective. The manager said, don't do a service request. You will just tell me verbally that this brake system needs to be adjusted. Now imagine that, y'all. Here you got a freaking mismanager. Doesn't give a damn about the safety of the riders. Doesn't give a damn about the safety of the workers. Suspending, punishing someone whose job it is to inspect the brake system. Punishing them for what? I better hide here. It's a little crowded here on the street. But suspending, imagine that. You ride the brown, do you ever ride the brown line? Do y'all ever ride the brown line on the CTA? How does that make you feel? That the workers there who inspect the train are threatened with suspension, threatened with punishment. If they say there's a defect on the train that needs to be serviced, that needs to be repaired. What they want to do, they don't want to hold the trains because they have so many defects. They don't want to hold the trains for the next shift to repair it. They want the inspectors to do the repairs. And they're threatening the inspectors for not doing the repairs. Do you know, I wish I could share with you the dozens and dozens, multiple pages of the inspection requirements that we CTA workers must do when we inspect these trains. Just the brake system alone is extensive. Yet here you got a worker that wants to do their job. They're enthusiastic, safe, diligent, and you punish them? See, I keep talking about Kimball Shop of Horrors, and that's why they want me out whenever you gotta leave. Because you know what happens? Because they know what's happening. The workers at Kimball Shop are seeing these videos, and they're like, we're not gonna say anything to the boss, but we love this guy. And they know it. The mismanagers know it. And that's why they walk into the break room when I'm there. Mr. Messier, you must leave the premises. You must leave. Okay, I'll be leaving in a little bit. How much longer? 2:30. And then they walk out and I say, I'll see you in court. And then they say, all right, that's it. 5 minutes. You must leave. I said, okay, see you in court. Yeah. And that's where I'm going to see them. It's the same people. They're so angry. And I'm inspiring the CTA workers to be safe, and I'm letting the riders know how unsafe these trains are. It's unsafe. Dear riders, the Brown Line is a disaster because the people who inspect the train are being punished. They're being bullied. They're being berated by the absolute worst bosses that have existed in the Chicago Transit Authority, possibly the entire universe. And they keep getting away with it, and ain't nobody saying nothing about it except me. And you say, well, you don't have good relationships with management. How is it that a union official is supposed to establish good relationships with anyone but the people who pay him to represent them? Do the managers pay me to represent them? No. But apparently they've been getting away with it for a long, long time because our presidents do just that, don't they? In fact, I emailed our president. I'm being kicked out of Kimball Shop illegally again. Do I get a response? Nope. She's probably happy. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the managers called our hardly working petty president. Mr. Basir is still here. He's not leaving. We're getting very nervous. He's not supposed to be here. And I'm sure she said, go ahead, call the cops. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to stop speaking up about the CTA mismanagement. I want to tell you why. Because the Chicago Transit Authority is failing its mandate. The ridership is declining when it should be rising. And that's because the workers are treated like crap. And I know a lot of riders say, we need safety, we need police, we need this, we need that. Let me tell you, you can have all that crap, but all that stuff. But as long as the CTA workers are treated so poorly, service will suck. I guarantee you. Toss $1 million at it. Put an 8K camera. Have sheriffs on every single rail car. Go ahead. Ain't nothing gonna change because the CTA workers are treated like crap. And I'm not gonna stop saying that. And y'all can say, well, your union did that. No, our union leadership signed secret agreements to do this evil work. That's what they did. November 17th, Local 308 members, you're gonna have a chance to elect a new president, and I suggest you check that box for me and give me a chance to give this union back to you, because I know that you have what we need to fix this mess. Not me, you got it, and I'm ready to organize with you to take the power you deserve. Kimball Shop, Mismanagement, Repent, Nora Learson, Brandon Johnson, Governor Pritzker, board of the CTA, wake the hell up, man. Do you want people to die on the Brown Line? Because these trains are in bad shape. because the workers are being punished for reporting defects. Y'all can go ahead and laugh at me, but CTA workers can't keep getting hurt and killed out here and losing their lives and giving up everything. No, it's not going to continue forever. Service will never improve until we're treated better.